What is up, guys? This is how I almost slept with the cow. So to give a little bit of context, me and my buddy, we decided that, okay, we're gonna go to India. We'll get an Airbnb. We'll go to this huge music festival in Goa. It's called Sunburn. So we're like, okay, let's go to a rave with our friend in India and just get absolutely obliterated. So we flew from Toronto to New York City. We spent the night and then we drove to Newark because we were flying out of New Jersey the next day to go to Mumbai. And we get through customs and we get through all that stuff. We get to the lady and she's like, oh, you don't have any visas. It says 2 days to 3 days for processing. Like, you guys have to make sure you do this a little bit earlier. We're like, what do we do? She's like, not much I can do. Last second, we get emails, your e-visas have been approved. And we ended up doing an 18-hour flight to Mumbai, India. Here's where the story gets nice and fucking juicy. So we go to Goa, we go to the Sunburn Festival, and this is like a huge festival. This isn't like, hey, it's somebody's backyard. This is Tomorrowland level people. We were walking around and I had lost my buddy. I was like, oh fuck, like this is not good. So I was like, okay, this guy, he has to be here somewhere. And I just see a pair of feet sticking out from under the picnic table, passed out under the fucking cigarette smoking table, and there's 6 people just sitting there laughing, chatting like he's not even there. I grab him by his feet, I drag him out, I smack him across the face a couple times. I was like, dude, we gotta go, let's get the fuck out of here. Next thing you know, I'm checking my pockets, don't have my phone. I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. I lost my phone on the dance floor. I spent the next hour and a half looking for my phone. Where's my buddy? Can't find him, he's gone. So I'm literally stranded in India by myself with no phone. Random groups of cattle walking near me, you know, full groups of like little kids running up to you asking you for money, like actual Slumdog Millionaire stuff. I ended up going out to the outside of the actual rave. It's gonna have to come through this area. Miraculously at the end, I ended up reaching out to him. I'm like, yo dude, what's the address to the Airbnb? Because these guys are gonna give me a ride home. I hop on the back of this moped with this random Indian guy sitting on the back of this thing like Dumb and Dumber style. They get me back to my Airbnb, my buddy's just there, tanked. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, no, bro, it's all good, man, you made it. I was like, bro, like I almost died out there. Like, what the fuck, like where were you? Got over it pretty quickly, I was drunk and partied up, so I was like, fuck it, we'll just keep going. So we're like, all right, let's go to this bar. We all hop in the whip, drive to the bar. I was like, all right, dude, let's wrestle. You know, 2 fucking dumbasses like, yeah, let's wrestle, bro. I can totally take you. He had like speared me, like tackled me, and I fell and I broke my foot. But it was like I could still semi-walk because I was so fucked up. Next thing you know, boom, car smashes into like a concrete side of somebody's driveway in a rental vehicle. My buddy's got a smashed open head. I'm like broken footed. So obviously the next day, I don't really have that much recollection of what was happening. I have a broken foot, I can't walk. We get to the hospital, I'm like worried, sick at this moment. They take me straight to the front, they give me an x-ray, they give me some pills, they give me a crutch. They're like, all right, buddy, here's your bill. $19.20 Canadian. I'm like, yes, buddy, we are in business right now. Pay the 20 bones, I get on my crutches, I start walking. I ended up going to the rave again that night on my crutches. So I'm out there raving, no phone, broken foot, like, oh yeah, living the dream. And that one went relatively smoothly until later on, I think it was either the next day or later that night, I had gone to this super westernized place. Like, it was like a burger place. I got food poisoning from that burger place. So I had food poisoning, no phone, and a broken foot. We kind of just pushed out the rest of it, kind of had a couple beers here and there, and we were like, hey man, like let's just settle this fucking thing down because it's getting too crazy. And this all happened at New Year's as well. One day in between, it's such a blur for me, but one day in between, we were doing a New Year's party on the beach. I ended up hooking up with this chick on the beach, and I remember looking up and there's 4 cameras with flashes. I chased these dudes down. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This trip, I don't think I'll ever be able to do it again. It gets too much shit happen on this trip. So in conclusion, we ended up getting back on the plane to Mumbai. We didn't get back on the plane to Toronto. We got on the plane from Mumbai to Newark, and my buddy was like, nah bro, like I wanna hook up with this chick. I'm gonna rent a car and we're gonna fucking drive from New Jersey to Toronto. Super frantic time crunch driving to Toronto. The actual full tie-up resolution of this story, things are gonna figure themselves out. When I was in India without my phone and without anything, I fully thought I was dead. Everything will work itself out, and that was the lesson that I learned from almost sleeping with the cows. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want to hear any of my other crazy ass stories.